All right, guys, the day has finally come to start working on the 85 S10 again. I drove this daily for an entire year after my grandfather left it to me after his passing, and it is a phenomenal truck. The patina is excellent, the body is straight, just an awesome truck. A real quick overview of what it is and what we've done to it. This is a regular cab long bed, in my opinion the most attractive of all the trucks. Regular cab long bed, 2.8 automatic, plain Jane S10. She is plain. Daily drove it for a whole year. Rebuilt the carburetor, replaced the valve cover gaskets, did other odds and ends, replaced all the fluids, and like anything else that's 40 years old, started having its issues. I believe we have a bad intake manifold gasket because it is a 2.8 liter. Sort of a common issue with these. I unfortunately let it sit for another entire year, and here we are today. There are other issues with this truck. I got it to where I could daily drive it and then sort of didn't do anything else. There is a leak in the fuel tank on the bottom. Problem is, I really learned how to work on things from my grandfather, who gave me this truck. And knowing him and knowing myself, I know exactly how I fixed it, and I'm assuming he fixed it the exact same way. The tank is on the bottom, the leak is on the bottom. Basically, we stuck a patch to where the leak is. I didn't drain the fuel. I'm almost certain he didn't drain the fuel. And after about a year of sitting, it's began to leak again. So we're going to pull the bed off of this S10. We're going to do that today and then take a look at what we're dealing with and see if we patch the tank, if we weld the tank. I think it's metal if I remember correctly. Maybe we weld it, maybe we just take it off and replace it, maybe we patch it again. Let's get it out of there and see what's going on. But first, we're going to go ahead and take this bed off. This is a long bed. I believe there are 4 bolts. There's one sort of under the tail lights. There's another one right behind the wheel, another one right in front of the wheel, and another one right behind the cab. Of course, I'm going to go over all of this whenever we do it. Also, you're going to have to take the tail lights out. The bumper will stay on this one. Everybody says this is not a factory bumper. I can tell you right now, if this bumper is not factory, the dealership put it on, because like I said, this was my grandfather's and he bought it from my cousin's grandfather. So it's sort of always been in the family. That bumper came this way. This is not something that we did. So we're going to remove tail lights, remove those 4 bolts on each side, and go ahead and remove where the gas cap connects. Of course, there's no pressure in there. 3 screws in there. Let's go ahead and do this first. All right, like I said, 3 bolts in here, 7mm. Let's just go ahead and disconnect all 3 of these. All right, so on this particular truck, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect the lights. You do it here. Hopefully this doesn't break. Probably should use both hands for this and set the camera down. Also, you have a ground to worry about right there. This particular truck, that ground is a 13mm. So there's no way to sort of hold the camera and do this. We're going to go ahead and undo this wiring here. The rest of the wiring will stay on the frame. These lights are of course connected to the bed. So we're going to undo the ground and undo this clamp here. So every now and then when you're working on something old, you'll find something that's not very old that really wants to get a hold of you. It's a Hornet right there. All right, let's get rid of that thing. All right, these 4 bolts are 15s on the Ugga machine. Give it a bunch of Ugga. Now, because this is a 40-year-old truck, go ahead and get you some carburetor cleaner. Try it says carburetor cleaner. Works good. It'll get anything out that you need it. Let's get these 4 bolts out. Oh, it's gonna be in your best interest to get ready to take a shower. I've got my daughter's graduation today, actually. Win for the dads. All right, so there's nothing holding the bed on now. I just want to show you what I did to get there. So this bolt goes straight up here, but what you can't see is this leaf spring. So I have a smaller 15 on a universal joint on an extension, ran it through the hole sort of like that, and still run my impact. That's how I did that one. It's also how I did this one, because that's not a lot of room between the frame and that bolt. So all 4 bolts are out. All 8 bolts are out now. This bed is ready to come off this truck. So let's go ahead and do that. This bed, despite being metal, is actually very light. It's not very heavy at all. One thing I like to do is go around and sort of lift up on the sides and see if there's anything still connected. One thing that is connected, not really connected, but still got to worry about is this. So what we're going to do, see if I can do this one-handed, sort of slowly grab here at the bottom and sort of shimmy and shake back and forth, see if we can get this out of here. May not be able to do it one-handed. Nope. It's gonna be a 2-handed job so that we can not take this fill cap with us, or this fill hose with us. All right, so let's try to do this. There we go. That popped right out, sort of. Let's go ahead and pull this bed all the way off. All right, again, because it's a 40-year-old truck, we really want to be careful with not breaking anything, sort of lifting a little at a time, making sure nothing is getting caught or pinched, because parts are getting more and more scarce for these. I don't feel anything connected. Everything seems okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue to remove the bed. All right, so because there will without a shadow of a doubt be those of you who are doing this all by yourself, like myself, I'm going to end it here with the gas tank fully exposed. None of me will be under the bed of the truck messing with this tank. The leak is underneath, and that will be another video. Of course, we're going to have to get these straps out of the way. I know that some people will say just go ahead and drop it from the bottom. In my opinion, this is an easier way. And I know that I just struggled in the hottest part of 2024 and it was no fun. This is still easier in my opinion. So let's go take a look at it on the other side. All right, like I said, gas tank is fully exposed. Not exactly sure how many gallons this is. I think there's 2 different sizes for the S10. It is metal. Not sure if you can hear that or not. But as far as getting all the sending units and all that off of here, in my opinion, it's a lot easier to do it this way. Let me see if I can show the leak where we'll be patching, if it's even going to pick up. Right there it is, that sort of gray spot right there. It honestly looks like a drip now. It's an empty tank, but it looks like a drip now. We're going to go ahead and leave it here, call it a day. We're going to remove the tank and patch the tank in another video. But this was really bed removal, and let me know. Hope it helps. Thank you much.